check.
I've got some people that are weighing in like at 70 kilos. Like
Yeah, good for them.
They are fucking chunky motherfuckers.
Yeah, I've also noticed we're still getting spikes. I tested it before you guys came in, and it wasn't doing it, so it's something that someone's loaded, and yeah, I mean, welcome to Impossible Ops. Anyway.
Is Keen on?
Yes, Keen is on. Anyway, here's your operation. So you guys are at the staging point. You've got a few civilian Vics, full arsenals. Once the operation starts, I will delete the arsenals. But your job is to find a nuclear missile truck. Now, this place is mostly Russian-controlled, but we do have a lead. We believe there's intel portraying to the nuclear missile truck at the CR4 radar site. It is marked in a big circled X. We know the missile truck could potentially be in any of the locations I just circled, but hopefully the CR4 site will help us narrow it down. Any questions?
Civilian population,
Negligible.
Infrastructure damage, allowed or disallowed?
Allowed. You're finding and destroying a nuclear missile truck.
Assets that Russians have?
Everything.
Anything that we can pull out of our ass?
Anything what?
Is there anything that we can pull out of our ass, such as off-site artillery?
Full arsenal.
Take the Lcpl, actually.
Understood.
Hell yeah. I don't think I can fit this in my backpack, actually, so...
Oh, I've done a similar impossible op to this concept before. It just completely fell apart.
And hopefully we can find the place. If I figured out that right.
Basically, go find intel. Intel will lead you on a goose chase. At the end of the goose chase will be a nuclear missile truck. Make it go boom.
Do the Russians have armor, or mostly?
They have everything.
Everything. So expect them to have anything from like shitty AKs to MI28s. Like, expect anything.
Okay. Thank you. Just making sure.
And this is one life. If you die, feel free to come watch the stream. We don't really use headless clients in TSB. The communities I know that do headless client stuff is 700 Cadian. TMTM has the framework for some, but I actually never see them used, which I might be lying through my ass right now. I just genuinely don't remember, because I don't look in the bottom left when I'm playing.
This is Alpha Alvin with
and I know a few other communities do it. I just don't like Zeusing with them because they wrestle a lot of control away from the Zeus, and that's like Zeusing with lambs but worse.
You guys moving fast?
And then you gotta wait a few minutes for the units to get transferred to the headless client. They'll break any garrisons that they've done. It just... it's a pain in the butt, and the custom comps don't like to work with them either. And
Compound.
headless clients are basically extra computers that run while the server's running that just focus on AI calculations to alleviate that from the server.
In search of some crayons.
Let's feel rain. Go. Can you get a markup on the
So really useful on larger servers, but
just mark up like individual targets.
There are other ways that you can reduce load time of units just by simply having less. But when you have Matt searching for his crayons here, making me spawn them all, then yeah, then it becomes an issue.
Sorry, Bravo and Charlie. I'm gonna see if you guys want to.
But Wolves, how are you doing, my man? Thanks for the 42-month resub, front running with the mods, but he doesn't get any special badges. He gets the stupid first one instead. He just gets to flex. But how are you, man? It's him and Ramirez that have two of those. I know Tootie's old account kid as well. That was a gunshot. All right. And now the AO reacts. At the 35 mark, I'm going to have the helicopters go up. It's going to be some real quick response force shit. Otherwise, Wolves, how are you, my man? Thank you so much for that 42-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a kick out of this.
Confirm an 80 and not an 80A. All I know is designation is 80. Copy.
Random direction.
Confirmation at 80, not 80 Alpha.
No, you're wrong, but okay.
Disregard 80 Alpha, Mal's an idiot. Copy.
BTR's 2 minutes. So I'm gonna wait for this thing to have its infantry screen come up.
Bravo, they'll be by your area, mate.
There's a guy This guy just crawled around.
This is Steel Rain. I'm stepping off.
Knocked out dying there, and he just got shot to shit.
Charlie's at the southern wall to the compound now.
What gun was that?
And Bravo's also at the server wall with just having medical issues. Will be with you guys in there.
Bravo, let's go back on that. Delta's.
So Holy just stepped off. He was their mortar, though, so... Guess he had some IRL stuff. 80 Alpha just got hit. By... Might have been a Javelin. That was a bit of a late cast there.
Charlie's pushing west for a different entrance.
Bravo, thought you taking out the 80 Alpha.
Ah, it's a G3. That's the high fire rate. Alright.
Understood, thank you, Delta.
And we got a Hunt IR in the air. Gonna have that thing start driving in circles. 50 seconds. I'm gonna start prepping the QRF squads in here. Let's go.
Bravo is interior of the interior wall on the east side. Charlie's on the west. We're pushing in now.
Alpha's south side. We're going to be flanking right onto west side. Alpha, be advised, Delta is southwest side.
So I might intercept Charlie's Vic there.
Yeah, in the southwest corner of the compound.
I don't think that you know your compass, mate, because I'm on southwest side, there's no BTR here.
It's in a carriage. They can shoot east.
Alright, I'm gonna surmount this guy. That's gonna make all these other guys go active. And thus I'll start walking around.
GTR's been declared.
At least allegedly. There it is. He got dropped by Russ there, who's playing cheeky breeky, man. That's funny. Gaz got destroyed. Nice. All right. And Matt is still at the halfway house. All right. Big Mess Dog's got a good position here. He is wounded a little bit. He's using a suppressed MP7. Okay. Interesting choice of weaponry.
Bravo's moved into the
Now we got these guys breaching, clearing.
Compound. West side brick building's been cleared by Alpha.
Alright, I'm gonna have these guys fuck off.
We'll clear west and northwest.
Yeah, alright. I don't wanna...
Charlie's pushing into
So
the...
when we do an impossible op, I tend not to do a lot of our scene. If it's to do small things like shoot out that tent, then by all means, but...
Hey, firm, that building's clear as well.
Any actionable intel should be laptop, PDF, documents.
Wait one, I'll ask.
Here, I'll hold this guy, though.
Delta's cleared tower. Repeat last Delta. Delta has cleared the tower.
Yeah, just spray at the doorway.
All forces, my guys have got the intel.
There's their intel. Here comes the MI-28. They can hear that now.
I really hope
Yeah, so it's engaging the vehicle there.
Bravo's got an AA getting it up now. Delta AA getting ready.
Not a good time for Frost to crash. That's a good hit. I think it's firing at the drone. That or Malin back there in the vehicle. we'll see if those two Vics can land in the meantime. Rest in peace, Viper Frost's,
2MIH southwest.
Alpha, confirming you've gotten the intel.
The intel is my only... Ah, God, you wish. Alright, well, Frost came back. AA is now coming in.
Delta to Alpha, do you have the intel? Yes, my guy has it. Affirm. Then Delta is going to pull out before we get run up on by a bunch of airborne infantry.
Yeah, I think those are gonna get destroyed before I can do anything.
One times MA8 down, the attack chopper says to
That was a miss.
It's not down, it's anti-torque's out, it can still fire.
That just exploded.
So that heli's down, good job.
All forces, actionable intel that the truck should be near the town of Trier. It is the southernmost red icon. Bravo suggests we get out of this compound before we take QRF. Be advised, Delta is at least trying to pull out.
Veteran chopper pilot right there. Is he gonna pull out? Let's get him out on that direction.
This is Bravo, we're coming to you, the gas, we're exploding in it.
Yeah, so that group, I want them to pull back. These guys are still combat capable. A lot of those guys are medicing right now. Alright, so that's 3 out of however many chopper slots I have. Let's see, so I have 2 remaining that I can spawn whatever I want, and then I got 2 more up here, so 4 choppers total, and then I can call for planes. Cass, I'm gonna still give another few minutes, but I will then bomb the shit out of that position. Alright, become smoke settings are working, because they are smoking themselves, or that might just be vanilla, I don't know, but then again, that's an RHS smoke grenade, so I think it should be good. That would have actually been a vanilla, vanilla would have done that too. Any AI, when their anti-torque goes out, just becomes Chuck Norris. I don't know why. They just refuse to die. The choppers will be whatever types I want, but probably Mi-28s, maybe some 24s. Alright, there was one KIA underscore, so there we go. First one down. Gonna go ahead and hide this box. But I did tell, yep, so he DCs. Did say anyone that dies, they can come check the stream while they're at it. But yeah, these forces are going to go regroup, and I'm going to
respond. This is Bravo. We've currently exfiled from the zone.
Set up the
we are
remaining
at the
intel
transport
here.
trucks that we were originally taking in. It looks like, I think Charlie's vehicle has been taken out. So's Alphas, we're hoofing it. Actionable intel was at the police station, well, the police in the town of Trier to our southwest should know more. It's not the location of the Vic, but it's actionable intel that we can work on from there.
Oh, actually, that gives me a really dumb idea. Yes. Ah, perfect.
All elements, just make sure that we're not going to be going in between the...
You ever heard of the SCP, the Red Pool? There you go. There's your SCP Red Pool. That's so dumb.
Eyes on the western ADA. Ready to engage when you are, Bravo.
Bravo's ready.
Delta's about. Copy. Charlie's engaging then.
Alright, let's see it.
Bravo's engaging. Just down, Bravo's pushing.
Okay.
Western ADA is down.
31:50 is the time to call. And I'm running units over to go check out what's going on. Now, players are in a little bit of trouble here because they've divided themselves so much around here. But with those vehicles down, it should help them out. So they bought themselves probably 6.5 minutes with no Russian vehicle support.
Hit the turn.
However, the vehicles back here are going to be ready to go on standby. The Mi-28 that was boofed will be ready to go, and I'm going to immediately send a bird in for QRF. There's not really any good place to do
Ground elements, be advised, you'll probably have
ground-based
about 5
QRF,
minutes
and
of
I am
combat
going
before we're
to
gonna start
also push this guy in
mobilizing,
immediately.
QRF against you guys. Charlie copies. Again, get to the police station, Delta cover it, get the intel, then pull out. You do not need to take the town fully.
And then this group I'll try to send immediately, but it's going to take them a hot second. Meanwhile, we got this element getting in pretty close. I got some groups coming around from over here. There's that teleport I was waiting on.
Alpha's had to displace towards the west to block off from a secondary compound for you guys.
And this group is fighting a lot of guys here.
We're just west of you.
If them.
Delta sitting red, 8x, yellow line.
Another slight thing, if they go down in the water, they could potentially drown.
Also, let's be advised that the tertiary BTR AEA is moving out from the sawmill compound to your north on the MSR. Alpha's had to displace from the road pulling west. Copy.
Less than 2 minutes now, and I'll spawn in the BTR 88. 28's coming in. Russ is kind of leading here. The rest of these guys are staying put, but I also have this group now coming in from the north. .28 is about to arrive.
All squads, this is Alpha, urgent intel. Send. My drone guides has confirmed the location of the SCUD truck. It's to the compound to the northwest of the town. SCUD truck location with timestamp marked. Pull you guys.
I said nuclear SCUD truck.
Pull southwest and then arc around to regroup with us. Charlie copies. A firm, pull out southwest. A firm, pull out southwest, fully disengage. You got an MI-28.
They're going for the bait. They're going for the bait. Pretty sure they just fired a missile. Yep, they're firing an AA piece and it just hit the building.
Charlie's gonna deal with
fire that over there.
And disengage. Hey, fam.
So this means they don't have any comms with Matt, because otherwise they would have reacted to it a lot earlier when he found one all the way to the north. Alpha, this is high. Message over.
Send it.
Actually, disregard. Interrogative. What was the brief over?
Was it a capture on SCUD?
Do you remember what the full brief was?
Not overly. I was mainly focused on the nuclear element of it.
Pay for him. That's all I need to know. Out. They did. Yep, they wrote it down. I'm just making sure that they're blowing up. Yeah, so Just confirming that they know to make sure I didn't make a mistake and just say SCUD truck. Because otherwise then the distraction is mute. So BRDM's going to start going in. We're going to spawn in the 2 BTR-80 alphas because they're going to lag behind. Because, you know, if your Zeus says, hey, go take out a SCUD truck, and then they spawn a bunch of SCUD trucks, and they go, oh, you didn't hit the right one. Just making sure they know based off of the nuclear one. But me also saying that should also be a hint to say, hey, you sure you know what you're doing? But they've got guys about to get up there and check the intel, so...
Delta 2, I see to Charlie, good copy.
That should be alright. And we still have that Mi-28 flying around over here. I honestly don't know why it's not going into the AO.
Alpha's gonna hold position. We're gonna wait on that actionable intel from police station.
Yep, see? Makes them question. Oh, it's aggroing on the drone. I'm willing to bet. Because it's flying right under that as a vector.
Send. You got that intel yet?
Negative, we're searching police station now. You sure this is the right one? Because it's flooded pretty bad.
There's no other police station.
Stand by. All it was that the police in Tria would know more.
Copy.
Is it just police force down in Tria, or is it Russian shit?
All Russian military that I can tell.
Try and see if you can find either remnants of the police force in the police station, or try and find some mass graves in the Tria. May have been Russian occupation.
Got it.
Police building is clear, no intel.
Delta copies Alpha, so far no eyes on any of that.
No phone, keep me in the loop.
Oh, silly players. We can hope they'll figure it out.
Spy gas station.
Told this thing to head up a million times and doesn't want to.
Delta 2, Alpha and Charlie, we just found a Russian motor pool on the northern side of Tria. It's the one that y'all marked.
Just put AT on that Vic. They got a 14.5mm firing back. So without that vital piece of intel, they're not going to go around that vector and check. And I'm going to go Thunder Run. Yeah, so I can actually see, based off of radar. Did we get it? Yep. Alright, yeah, so he was aggroed on the drone, that's why.
Fucking drone.
I'm cable tying you then.
Yeah.
Unless there's...
So I figured, yep, he's getting aggroed on that damn drone. And, yep, there it goes, crashing right on top of some Russian forces right there. Actually, no, it went on the rooftop there instead, alright. The roof Koreans are disappointed. Now that is flying over the AO.
50 above, that's an Mi-28.
It's Mi-28. Can I get help on that intel?
Delta's engaging Mi-28 with Stinger.
Charlie's had no luck with it.
I believe those are my... No, those aren't my reinforcement BTRs, and my Zeus interface is glitched for a second.
There's 3 SCUD launchers. They've set up decoys.
Copy.
Well played by the Russians on this one.
Delta's taking down the Mi-28. Delta to Alpha, do
I was just about to leave that, but yeah, okay.
Recon mark.
Negative. Again, with no actionable intel in Tria, but the path leads to a dead end. There's sort of fake out SCUDs that we have no intel on if they're real or not. They said Tria and the intel, they may know more. If we can't find after a first sweep, just go for Sawmill.
Good copy.
I mean, it's been up there plain as day. But if this is where the haystack ends, then not much I can do. I'll give him a nudge. Alpha, this is high. Message over.
Send Lash, you got shot on high.
Break. Are you sure you checked the police station?
Bravo's going back to check the police station.
I'll nudge him. Fine. I'm too nice. Too fucking nice about this shit.
BTREA coming in from west alongside a squad.
I assure you, I will make sure that they have a lot to fight here. Yeah, we're losing a lot of people to random crashes, though, so... Yeah, there is a Canadian flag up there, too. So yeah, that's like 5 or so people that crashed. That was interesting there, but oh well. Again, this map is not the most optimized, so I think we are rotating it out next. No one really used it, but that's also because it was not the best one in the world. I'm pushing armed gas up there.
Forever found the intel.
Right, let me know the intel, please and thank you.
Charlie's pulling out south and then west.
What's the intel?
Wait one, I'll ask the guy in person.
Hey, firm, make sure you read it out in its fullest.
Bravo has intel coming in. Can't believe it. While searching for oil and gas site, they found 2 nuke trucks. There's 2 nuke trucks. That's basically all the intel was.
No, you just glossed over that really important detail about oil and gas. So who was that up there? Because I was busy with that. That was Reapers wanting to get a TP to Hatter.
Right, that's actionable intel for Redstone Oil and Gas Refinery. Grid reference 016 162. We're gonna have to move to that position, guys.
Except I can't see where Hatter is because I am blind.
Delta Alpha, repeat those coordinates.
Redstone Oil and Gas 016 162.
Charlie copies. We're gonna look for a truck in this town because we're never gonna get there on foot.
Delta Charlie, we have some trucks and a BTR at the transport depot to the direct north of y'all.
Hey, firm, Alpha's gonna be moving on black line. We're hoofing it on foot.
Charlie copies last perfect people. We're moving there now.
If you find a spare Ural or something to pick up 9 people, please do so. Come and meet Alpha.
Delta copies, we have 2 trucks.
That guy got stuck.
Hey, firm, thank you.
Oh, a truck and a BTR.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm actually going to get a crew in one of these. And send it up, because I'm going to start doing some serious rocket runs in that town.
Clarification for people inside of Treya. Disengage, get vehicles, pull out, start moving towards Redstone Oil and Gas. Alpha's pulling west side of the AO, just so they can pull north and circumvent the 2 AOs to our north.
Delta copies, Delta Charlie.
Send.
You coming to get one of these 6 from us?
Hey, firm, just wait.
You should be out that town within a minute. Get it done.
Oh, I don't have any bombs, I just have rockets. Oh, well.
You got fast movers in the air, guys. You gotta get out of there now.
I'll let them come around. I forgot, there's some that don't do multi-roll. That's okay. My right mouse button is also struggling to drag things properly here.
Charlie to all squads, are one of you taking the ADA here?
Here, what we can actually do... I can have the AI do it. FAE, random, 1 strike. And he'll designate one of his choice. Don't know which one it'll be. It'll be 1 and 4.
Enough, we're ready to move.
Let's see what he decides to do.
Be advised, you will have... Just be advised, you will have air against you, so if you're going to take vehicles, expect air to be engaging you from both fixed wing and rotary. So really fucking consider it.
Oh, of course you picked that one.
Like Silvic it is.
Wait, no, I thought he was turning around. Okay, no, I thought he was doing a lineup on that one right there based off the angle, and I'm like, oh, of course. Player's gonna blame me for that.
Charlie to Bravo.
This is Bravo, send it.
Do you have a ride out of here?
Negative, we're just gonna hoof it on foot.
Copy. We're moving south to get out of here anyway, so if we pass you, you can get an Arvik.
Hey,
For him to come do a strike.
This is Delta, be advised, we have captured a 1 BTR 80, do not engage, it is currently by the Vic Depot.
Trying to remember where Hatter is right now. Yeah, okay. Sometimes the Ace one doesn't fully TP them in. What the hell was that noise? Jesus. Hey, Waz, thanks for the raid. Sorry you crashed out, man.
Charlie to Bravo, where's your
I really hope
northeastern
that
Euro?
cock-off is you guys being out of the area.
Charlie's out anyway.
Bravo's out.
Granted, we're bringing a Euro into a swamp, so we're probably not going to last long.
Bravo to Charlie, we're gonna hop in your Rick since you're like really close.
Yeah, it's the same people that are crashing too, so I don't know.
I advise against that in case rockets start lining up on you guys.
Honestly, trees are a bigger issue than rockets.
Yeah, they just smoked that thing. After that cast strike, I'm gonna have him go on his own. I think, yeah, they boarded that 80 Alpha. And he's probably gonna do a strike back here.
Charlie to Delta, you guys okay?
Have all units go converge on that area, actually. Let's see, what can I delete here in terms of bodies? Can delete that, because the cook-off is a bit framey. Get everything back there. I can get that patrol. If he tries to solo that, I am going to murder him, but shit happens, and then I'm going to delete that one drone. These guys are all set to aware because of combat. Alright, you know what? Heart of the Swarm time. Let's do it. They want to pull out of this AO. Let's see how good they really are. Making all that ruckus. No. And then what? I got some guys over there. I'm going to go ahead and delete them. That was a parachute that from the MI-28 that left that AO. Splatmaster, thanks for the 3-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you're getting a kick out of this. And now I just gotta hope all the guys that are slow here actually decide to move up. Alright, let's do everything we can to harass this group. Yeah, I know, Lux. Again, this is why I wasn't really... Honestly, most hosts in TSB weren't using this map for that reason, but I know we're going to rotate it out. It's only a handful of people, though, that I see, you know, keep having that weird crash, so... I don't know. Good to know, at least, if I ever do a map review on it, you know? But hope you enjoyed the parts that you were able to play on. I don't know why it wasn't cable tied, but oh, okay. Alright, let's get the other 28 up in the air.
Charlie to Delta. Did you guys get out of town okay? Copy. Charlie and Bravo truck is kind of full, so...
Arthur's currently in the bar. You still proceeding on tasking?
I think that car is just going off on its own. I don't know for what, though.
Status?
Last I said, north of town on foot, running from enemy.
Hey, Ferb, if you can't disengage, do west. Otherwise, you're going to be running into another compound.
This is Delta. Delta market positioned. We cannot run west. Enemies are approaching from there.
Hey, Ferb, divert northeast, then get to the river.
Miss copy there.
Good copy.
Friendly Ural just south of Alpha.
Alright, let's get some BRDMs, go hunter killer here.
Compounds one northeast, so probably add another 500 meters to your current path.
Will do.
Oh, that's the loot thing. Interesting. Now I'm trying to mobilize that squad around. We also have this MI-28 coming in. Have it work with the players actively. Yep, so we still have guys that see them. Didn't mean to drag glitch that, but it's again, it's because my frames are being a little tough here, because again, this map is a little messy, but hey. Trying to make it work.
Charlie, was it you guys that had the intel?
It was Bravo.
Bravo, what, now that you're out of combat, just reiterate the intel, please, just for clarification.
1 second.
They're trying to get on the road again.
Intel is, I can't believe it, while searching the oil and gas site, they found 2 freaking nuke trucks.
Yeah, I mean,
They're only looking for 1.
when I say that, like, hunter killer as a verb, I mean this thing to go murder all the players.
Can you also tell me what that explosion just was to my northwest?
Bad frag from the truck. Don't worry about it. Or maybe do, because it'll probably draw a patrol or two.
Alright, I'm gonna go send a group out and go check out what that was about. helicopter's doing a wide sweep there. And they might have actually just successfully...
Because we're starting to see thermal contacts to our east.
Charlie copies. We'll drop off Bravo. Come back to pick you up if need be.
No, we will be fine with us hoofing it on foot.
Copy.
Might have actually broken contact, which is pretty impressive because I've got a plane, I've got a helicopter that doesn't want to go where I tell it to. So I'm going to set it to careless hold fire. That's going to immediately make it turn around. Oh. Shot my feet. Okay.
Hey, Charlie, Bravo to Charlie.
Hello.
Check your map. There is a GM marker. Can you drop us off there, please?
Yeah, that's where I was gonna stop anyway.
Careful on sidelines of that, guys. That's going to be really fucking, especially on high ground towards that compound.
Where the hell is that helicopter? He's overhead. Alright, let's... set him like so, and he's aggroed on something. I just have no idea what it is. There's no drones in the AO. The vehicle's too far out for him to react. But yeah, no, those guys are pretty lucky to be able to avoid a Mi-28, so it's nice. And this group I've sent over here because they reported a bad frag, and they're trying to go track what that was. Yeah, one less helo, sure. Here, I'm gonna reposition him to where the immediate threat is. It's clear that they've lost that, so...
Charlie and Bravo are at dismount mark.
Cool, yes, please Arma yourselves as well.
And try and get eyes on, don't expose yourselves though. Send one or two guys. Delta, status.
Delta is currently pushed northeast of objective 2. We're close to the road at Delta marker.
You need to pull further east off that road, you're too close to the sawmill.
But it's time to start cleaning house. 80 just aggroed. Is he gonna use a... That's not gonna work, but... So how's everyone's day? I don't think... You sure he's dead? I could be wrong. Maybe that was enough. I don't know. Here, I got my friend Mr. Mr. Helicopter here. Hold on, let's let him come around. I mean, you know, it'll take him a hot second. Meanwhile, rest of the players, this has alleviated Delta to regroup and push away. I've got this massive force over here, which... At this point, I'm gonna go send everything to reinforce this position. It's gonna take forever to get there, but hey, at least it's going. It's on its way. Eventually. So we can at least have that force being mobile, and then, let's see... We gotta make sure. No, we don't. We're not in the mood to take prisoners. Think I got him?
Moving along blue line, we're gonna stage.
Could be wrong.
South of the
Who knows?
Hey, firm Alpha's about 5 minutes out, roughly.
Do you want me to send the Euro back for you?
Negative. It's just gonna
try a demo charge? Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right,
Delta's
hold up.
kind of out in the boonies. I've been engaged by Sawmill right now. I've told them to pull east northeast.
Yeah, let's pretend this guy stayed.
Delta, this
And
is
let's just
Alpha.
say, for the sake of argument, he has a demo charge on.
Once you get to the river, follow it up and try and come in.
So while he does that, I'm gonna grab this guy. You're right. We have to be sure. So we're gonna back the APC up to a safe distance.
Trying to disengage.
If he moves, we'll definitely call in the airstrike, but it's a bit dangerous close for that.
Keep about 50 to 100 meters off at the road, then push north straight to the river, then and then pull straight northwest to the oil field.
All right. Let's get to a safe distance here. All right. I don't think an airstrike is absolutely necessary. Now, let's make sure he gets to safety. The vehicle, I think, is good. Ah! Oh well. Weren't close enough. What a shame. You should be able to make that.
Bravo, confirm you've AA?
Bravo does have one stick.
Alpha's got plenty.
No, I mean AA for the helo.
Yeah,
we have no way. You're gonna have to wait until the just focus on the Mi-28. That's gonna be more of a threat than the Frogfault.
Oh, I don't mean to be rude. Even if I didn't RC that one AI with the AT stick, that thing would have been able to dunk him. Because once anyone gets into a vehicle, even if it's an aircraft, as long as that aircraft's on the ground, any AT guy will start engaging. And that shot is very difficult for the AI to miss, especially at a high to low angle, so. That's fair, Matt. Oh my gosh, you are literally dumb. Also, AGS is better.
We have got a BRDM coming down the road to the north.
Oh shit.
Bravo, that
Who the fuck? Why'd you just get out of the... Are you dumb?
Little by that.
Get your butt in there. Alright, so that was on their left flank of this attack. They've destroyed those vehicles going in. We've got... Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of aircraft in the air here. Get this BRDM to come in. I'm hearing that 28 starting to open up.
Ollie, report to 88 to your east, mate.
And the gunner got killed.
You sure it wasn't just a helo?
Two squads of infantry going in. And this Vic at this point, I'm just gonna pull to the edge of the map.
Confirmed, Charlie got strafed by the helo. We're medicing up.
Trying to look if there's anything I can send at this point. I don't think so.
Bravo's got wounded and we've got back down.
And then just the other stuff I have out and about, we're gonna pull that in.
Charlie to high.
This is high, send message.
Are all the SCUDs we'll find real, or are some of them decoys? I missed brief, so I don't know.
How would I know?
Fair enough. If they are decoys, is there a way to distinguish?
What is the intel that you found said?
Say again, high.
If you follow the intel that you've been receiving, you should be fine. Wazber isn't stream anymore because he got kicked.
All of the squads, Bravo is my scouts.
There's also a hind above the AO.
The heli on the way in.
Okay, a Maskaz isn't 2 people down. A Maskaz, I would argue, is anywhere that is 33% or above of the players, leaning to 40%. So what is this? 3, 6, 7, 8? 3 to 4 people would be a Maskaz, in my opinion, and that just skabobbled those guys. I mean, it is marked. Some just blew up. I think they got the BTR-80, yeah. It is labeled as a heliport, so I think they were relying on more people having AA in the vehicles instead. But yeah, this Mi-28 is now doing strafe runs. And this other 80 Alpha's right here. It's arrived from the previous AO.
Good truck taken out.
In terms of infantry, I actually don't have that much. These guys are sitting on their thumbs because... Do they have any drones up to see that I just did that? No. Alright. I'm just making up for the time they would have spent moving up, so... Yeah, so this group is Maskaz. They have... Out of 5 people, they have 60% of their force down. But it's all in retrospect. You got this BTR now firing at dudes as they cross. And you got that Mi-28 engaging from the sky. They are so close. Think they found one, yep. There's only 2 in this AO. All they gotta do is demo it. But the question is, can they escape? And where is that AA asset? It's right here, so Nailed It really needs to consider getting the AA from that down guy and work taking out that aircraft. Because that Mi-28 is the biggest threat right now.
Alpha.
We have a 24, sure, but nothing's going to compare to that 28 coming around and doing runs.
Charlie to Bravo.
This is Bravo.
Karn's found the other one.
Copy. How are you guys doing?
And FR is continuing this up from Larry Nice. How are you doing, FR, man?
Was this destroyed?
And yep, so people working on the Maskaz are getting strafed by the remaining choppers.
So we got destroyed, so we should leave.
Did you destroy this SCUD or a decoy?
We didn't even make it in there, and we got bogged down immediately.
There's one down.
This is Alpha 3, I see.
Not like the 28 came in, it was patrolling this sector. They should have started this with the 28 exploding.
Working on getting the other dead.
And then we have Delta still in the back, way off course here. And that's both of them destroyed. Now they can leave. It's just they have to coordinate that information. Big talkers like Azariah are down, so they're not going to step up to take control of the situation. And now you have this other BRDM that's pushed in. And you're going to have these 2 infantry squads start coming in, and then that massive group of QRF is also going to come in. 28 still going back and forth. It's annihilating people because they've run out of AA at this point. No, they haven't. Excuse me. That's because the one guy that sold AA went down immediately to the gas. So had I not brought in that gas at that angle and engaged them with the GL, or excuse me, GMG, we'd probably see a different story here. So there goes BRDM, but the BTR is still here. It's still driving around and being a major threat. And we have another AA piece right here by Frost. I'm gonna quickly look at his kit real quick, because I just want to see if he has ammo for that thing. No, he is out of ammo.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
He has an HDDP in his inventory, so he picked that off of a different dude, so...
Alpha 2, I see you on deck. Go ahead, mission complete. Go ahead, extract east if you can.
So they're calling mission complete. Now they got Flux with this AA and the manpad. He's trying to look for that
situation.
MI-28 that's patrolling around.
X4 east now.
That's the 24, 28 swinging around on the north.
East.
We're extracting west, not east.
Sorry, west.
Ronan, he's getting shot at by the BTR, and he doesn't make it back in. And someone just ATR'd the 80 Alpha there, and we have a big stream of Russian forces coming up the road from the previous AO. And now the squads are also starting to arrive. But how they should have begun this was take out the 28 that they knew was patrolling, and then work from there. Because you just saw another strike right here, and it is just utterly...
We're west now.
Yeah, I'm finishing. Alpha copies. Now speed Bravo.
Now you're starting to see people die there, so there goes Az. Now I have another question. Does Delta have any AA? Because that might have also made the difference. I actually don't see any.
I really wish I took that BTR now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so none of them have AA, so they wouldn't have made the difference there, but... Oh dear. Yeah, they gave it back to Flux, and I guess he was trying to line up a shot, but the MI-24 took care of that. Yeah, so that attack, unfortunately, it how do I put it? They were successful. They're pulling away, but they should have opened up with taking out that 28, and they weren't able to because of the GMG Vic. Just a mess. Oh god, now it's just circling around and taking out additional people, so Nailed It just got decked right there. Now Zygle, he's trying to pick up Nailed It here and continue moving. Again, like the thing he needs is right here. Oh, man. Good old Arma Ops. It's working until it doesn't. But this also means we finally just divided them enough to... get them screwed up. So, Devil, he woke up. We just had another strike, and I don't know what angle that was done at. Because everyone's still up. But, what I also want to point out is there's no squad-based communication anymore. Everyone is now at fend from themselves level. I think one of the last, if not the last message that was given was the 3 IC for something was stepping up. Railbird, I guess, his enhanced movement's broken there. I think these guys might have spotted all the Russian guys moving on the right side. Karn just got annihilated.
Delta to anyone on this net. Anyone still alive?
Alpha 2, I see still up.
This is Charlie. There are three alive. This is Bravo. 2 get 2 live.
Just try to cut for the map order, guys. Alpha's currently at Charlie Station, disengaging southeast.
Alright, so all of these guys I'm gonna have head up to where that gunfire is. I think Railbird, because his hands movement's glitched, he's sticking it to right here.
Yeah, it's...
Alright, so we should just be pulling west, right? And then we're good? Is that...
So they're actually actively evading the choppers right now, which is pretty nice.
Roger.
The swarm is here. So I think those two are going to be able to get out fine. These two might Dr. Boom getting a little close for comfort there. Railbird, I don't think is going to be able to make it because I have a platoon and a half worth of dudes coming around.
I'm going to place that ton of...
These guys might be able to get Karn back up, but it's going to depend. We're still hearing explosives going off. Yeah, Karn's trying to crawl away right here, but I'm having everything come around.
Yes, might have to ditch Karn.
Let's see using ASEC now.
So Back in Black is telling him, because the 24 just opened up on him. 28's now coming around to do a gun run. It might be out of ammo by now, though. I think it is, otherwise it would have fired. Can't tell. I can tell if I RC the gunner here. Nope, it still got ammo, so it just didn't get a sight line on him because the elephant grass they were in, or the tall grass, excuse me, gave him a proper angle.
On the rock face to the west.
Yeah, it's shooting at us. We're good. No, both of you can go. I'll take.
28's coming around again for potentially another run. Railbird might make it out of here, but these guys are going to react and follow him. Now 28 might be set to AP rounds only. But let's see. Let's... to Echo. We're gonna do a rocket strike on that place at this point.
Bravo to all forces, how's it going on your side?
Charlie's escaping west.
Alpha's probably 2 men escaping southwest.
Delta's 8 man escaping west now, 1 kilometer left.
And Railbird's still running for it. I might try to track him on ISR, or infrared, and just take him out, because the rest of these guys I think are going to be able to make it. Wickety split. I think I actually see him down there, yeah. If this helicopter could stop being a little shit, that'd be great. Alright, that's gonna be reported to these guys, though. Oh, Rail, you literally have more than a squad right on top of you. I'm just going to where his last position was. Wow. There we go. Yep, those guys are gonna start bleeding out. Alright, let's get on the gunner and route. That's the 24, actually. I'm not sure we're gonna spot him from the chin gun, but I can try. Nah, there's no way. Unless it stops ahead, I can then try to do a scan, but... Alright, I'm gonna set this in on careless hold fire so I can get it in position here to do a proper thermal scan. Yeah, he's still being engaged and tracked. But when I get him down, I can wrap this up. Woo, that just caused a lot of lag. Alright, let's see if I can wrap it up after that. Yeah. All forces, this is high. We are index. Team Rail. Nah, because if I just chased him with infantry for the next 20 minutes... Yeah, there was a bit of a lag spike after I knocked him out there, but... I mean, it's the first impossible op they've actually partially successfully completed.
No!
I think more people from Delta DC than died.
Yeah. The true enemy is lag.
Isn't that the truth?
Alright, so, I mean, that's the first impossible op that's actually been partially, if not... No, it's been succeeded, just a lot of people died. Overall, the only nitpick I have is on that final AO, you should have made sure that the 28 was down before you made your attack, because it didn't go down. The guy that was taking it out got flanked by a GMG, which I was admittedly RCing because I was trying to get it into the AO, and then I just saw him, and I'm like, oh, and I just sprayed in his direction and managed to knock him out. So, had you waited a little bit, or at least made sure whoever was medicing him just picked up his AA and took that 28 out, a lot more of you would have survived. Because that 28 was absolutely brutal in just finding people and absolutely destroying them. And the longer it was up there, the more people you lost. So, considering that the only mistake, that was pretty well done. There was a bridge you could have used to get across, and it honestly would have taken a lot less time for you guys. It was reconned out, it was marked clear, and people decided to swim it instead, so... That cut all of your gear and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, that's all I got. So, let's go by squad, I guess.
For the comment about the bridge thing, no one really communicated up on 50 that people were doing it. I had my own stuff to deal with within the squad and my own like planning and stuff like that. If people are having their drone up scout shit, please put on net what your drone boy is scouting. That sort of stuff is tantamount. That could have saved us a lot of fucking time. First compound went well for Alpha's side of it, no real problem. The rest of it was just walking around in the marshes. It's only when you guys reiterated that I first was led to believe that you couldn't find intel, which my mentality for my thought process was when the first bit of intel said the police might know more, it'd be a case of there's a possibility that they didn't know anything. So we had to go off what we could see with our eyes, which is why we called out we're going towards that scud, towards the west. When you guys said, okay, we found the intel, that changed the entire thing dynamically. So guys, please clear your buildings and clear it properly. That sort of stuff could have really fucked us over. The bad frag from, I think, either Charlie or Bravo, whichever one it was in the vehicle, when you were passing us by, nearly fucked us over because we started to see thermal contacts coming in from our east, so we had to fucking buck ass to the north. And even then, once we got to the staging point for that last compound, Charlie misfired. And that kicked off things way too early. Bravo thought that was the signal for people to start engaging. They engaged it when Alpha and Charlie were like 400, 500 up from the compound, which stagnated everything. Bravo got fucked before Alpha and Charlie were even there. In terms of the cohesion and the formation of squads and base, where we had 4 squads step up for the squad leaders, I thank you on that front. People stepping up, that's what we need more. But once we had the 4 squads established, and we had quite a decent amount of people in there, there's no reason why Delta should have had 14 men. At that point, one of you needed to step up. If you can see that there is a 14-man squad, there is inherently something wrong, and it's then up to any individual in that squad to then step up and say, yeah, I'll take X amount, because 14 people's way too fucking much, guys. That's all I've got.
Oh yeah, Bravo. Bravo was a small fire team because we wanted to take a vehicle, and that's how many people it could hold, which was 6. So we pushed to the first objective. We got inside the compound. Fine. We didn't take any casualties there. From there, we returned and got our own vehicle, and we tried to cross the river to see if we could cross the river, but we couldn't, so we ditched our vehicle and then ran all the way to the next objective 2. Objective 2 we pushed into, and we got really slowed down, but Charlie got pushed in. We were the ones that did find the intel at the second objective, so we went back to the police station and re-cleared it, and we found it on the roof. I'm not sure how it was missed. It was pretty obvious. So, and then we pushed out of that objective, and then we met up with Charlie, and we went to the third. As was stated, we did jump the gun because I heard a call from Charlie saying they were moving in, so I thought they were engaging, so I started engaging my units, which apparently fucked everyone, so I apologize for that, for mishearing that. And yeah, we had 2 people get out. Everybody else died because bad mistakes. All right, yeah, Charlie, go.
Not too much to say that hasn't been said, except lack of AA. That was my big mistake, and obviously the misfires. Can't do much about the misfires. The AA problem we could have fixed, though. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say.
And the intel we missed because it was on the fucking roof!
You clear a whole building to the roof, don't you know that?
It's a different story if the intel's underground, like inside the ground. On the roof, you can get to it anyway.
It was very visible on the roof. Like, very visible.
Anyway, Delta.
I can only say for up through the second objective, but at least from my perspective, once I got kind of people and logistics sorted out, Delta seemed to function. Probably should have split people off, but arsenals were gone and didn't want to deal with splitting groupings up, so I just kind of ran the 14-man. I'm used to it in these by this point.
You shouldn't have to be
anything. Happens.
If you're afraid of the person not having an LR, I'm sure Liru would be willing to, give an LR for that.
Yeah, it just never occurs to me in the moment. I believe Wolf was the last of the fucking chain that was still in the op by the time everyone was done crashing. Anything to add, man?
Not much. I think Joke took. I think Joke took over on 50. I wasn't sure who took. Oh no, Obi was on top of it. It was really quiet. Second objective, we just started running from the Russians because I think when I downed the MI8, they sent a lot of people after us. But yeah, after that, they engaged the last objective, so we just directed straight west. And yeah, we just listened to everyone else get murdered.
Yeah. Pro tip on that. If you're running from a group, just pop smokes and stop shooting at them. And then just fucking book it. There were a couple of times people stopped and shot.
I made a bet at the beginning of this op for casualty rate. I said something about 60%. 6 of my 8 guys died. Khan joined me later, so about 75% squad wipe. I'd call worth if it was mission.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. I might be back in a few hours for a dev stream. Otherwise, because Potluck's in 30 minutes, we obviously don't have time for that IFA Star Wars op. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Thank you for all of the resubs, new subs, donations. Greatly appreciated. I actually do have in my hands right now in this box is a puck mic. And basically, it's meant to pick up all of the audio in a direction. So our unboxings will have this mic set up, and Bloodway and I will be like directly talking to it, and that'll make our audio a lot better. And then I think I'm getting a green screen for Christmas, and we'll play with that. But yeah, fun stuff to do and set up after finals are over with. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Hopefully I'll see you, if not tonight, tomorrow for Project 16 Phase 2. Otherwise, go operate operationally.